Instant coffee has been around since 1890 and has quickly become an indispensable part of everyday life. It is not just a symbolic beverage, but also represents the perfect combination of modern technology and traditional expertise in food production. From busy mornings to late-night work sessions, instant coffee has become a familiar companion, offering both convenience and bold flavor. Leading the revolution in instant coffee is Nescafé by Nestlé, producing an astounding 1 billion cups of coffee daily. To achieve this scale, Nestlé collaborates with over 100,000 farmers from renowned coffee-growing countries such as Brazil and Vietnam, who supply more than 13 million bags of coffee beans annually to 24 advanced factories worldwide. Each step in the journey of turning ripe coffee cherries into a delicious cup of instant coffee is a masterpiece of meticulousness and dedication. 1. Growing coffee cherries. Nestlé selects only the highest quality coffee beans from top coffee growing regions like Brazil and Vietnam, where ideal natural conditions produce exceptional beans. Coffee plants begin their growth cycle by blooming with pure white, fragrant flowers, a stage that lasts only a few days. Over the next 6 to 9 months, these flowers develop into green cherries, which eventually ripen into bright red cherries. This transformation signals that the coffee beans inside have reached peak ripeness. Farmers carefully monitor the plants because harvesting at the right time is crucial to ensuring quality. When approximately 95% of the cherries on the plant have turned red, leaving only a few green ones, the harvest begins. 2. Machine harvesting. In small farms, hand-picking remains a traditional practice, requiring patience and precision. However, on large-scale farms, modern machinery has replaced manual labor, significantly improving efficiency and productivity. Specialized coffee harvesters are equipped with 1,500 vibrating rods on rotating cylinders, which gently shake the branches, causing the ripe cherries to fall into collection trays below. This process is not only time-saving, but also highly efficient. While hand-picking could take an entire day to complete, these machines can process a single tree in just 2 to 3 seconds and harvest up to 60 bags of coffee cherries within 5 hours. 3. De-Pulping. After harvesting, the ripe coffee cherries are quickly transported to wet mills within 8 to 12 hours to preserve their flavor and quality. At the mill, the cherries are sorted in large water tanks based on weight. Ripe cherries, which are heavier and richer in flavor, sink to the bottom, while unripe cherries float and are removed. The ripe cherries are then passed through rotating drums that gently remove the outer pulp, leaving behind the coffee beans. The discarded pulp is not wasted, but often repurposed as organic fertilizer, contributing to sustainable farming practices. 4. De-Mucilage. Once the outer pulp is removed, the coffee beans are still coated with a natural sticky layer called mucilage. To clean this layer, the beans are transferred into fermentation tanks lined with ceramic tiles. Here, the beans are soaked in clean water for 12 to 24 hours, during which the mucilage naturally breaks down. Farmers closely monitor this process to ensure the beans do not over-ferment, as this could affect their flavor. After fermentation, the beans are thoroughly washed several times by vigorous stirring to remove all remaining mucilage. Farmers carefully inspect each batch to ensure they meet the highest quality standards. 5. Sun drying. After being cleaned, the coffee beans move to the drying stage, a critical step in preserving and enhancing their quality. The beans are evenly spread on special drying beds or flat surfaces, often lined with breathable fabric or mesh for maximum airflow. In some regions, the beans are placed on raised platforms to avoid direct contact with the ground, reducing the risk of contamination. Farmers play a vital role during this phase, regularly using rakes or specialized tools to turn the beans, ensuring uniform drying from inside out. On sunny days, this process is quicker, but in wet or unpredictable weather, drying can take longer, sometimes requiring additional covers to protect the beans from rain. Typically, the sun drying process takes 1 to 2 weeks, depending on the climate. The primary goal is to achieve an ideal moisture level of 11%, which is essential for long-term storage without compromising natural flavor and quality. 6. Hulling. Once the coffee beans have reached the required dryness, they are transferred to the hulling stage, where the outer parchment layer is removed. This protective layer, known as parchment, shields the beans during the drying process. Modern hulling machines gently crush the parchment without damaging the beans inside. During this process, the beans are also sieved to remove any remaining debris. The beans that emerge are green, vibrant, and fresh, symbolizing high quality. The discarded parchment is often reused as organic fertilizer or fuel for drying ovens. This step ensures cleanliness and prepares the beans for subsequent processing. 7. Storage after hulling. The green coffee beans are moved to the storage phase, where they are preserved under optimal conditions to maintain their quality before being transported to Nestlé factories. The beans are packed in large burlap sacks, typically made from natural jute or other eco-friendly materials, which protect them from moisture and pests. Each sack weighs about 60 kilograms and is clearly labeled with details such as origin, type, and quality, ensuring traceability throughout the supply chain. These sacks are stored in well-ventilated warehouses, where temperature and humidity are strictly controlled. Warehouses are often equipped with elevated racks to keep the beans off the ground, preventing exposure to dampness or insects. Depending on demand and production schedules, green coffee beans can be stored for weeks or even months while retaining their freshness and optimal quality. 8. Robotic unloading coffee bags. At the factories, modern robotic arms are used to unload the heavy sacks of green coffee beans, preventing workplace injuries. The robots also check the moisture content of each sack, ensuring only those meeting the standards proceed to the next stage. 9. Sifting. Once at the factory, the beans undergo a sifting process to ensure that only the highest quality beans are used. In this step, the beans are passed through automated or semi-automated sifters, which sort them based on size, shape, and integrity. Broken beans, overly small ones, or those that do not meet standards are removed to ensure consistency. The process also eliminates any debris, such as dust or leftover parchment, from earlier stages. The result is a batch of uniformly high-quality beans ready for roasting. 10. Roasting. The sorted beans are then roasted in industrial, rotating drum roasters, where the true transformation begins. Roasting not only changes the color of the beans, but also unlocks their signature flavors and aromas, which are the essence of every coffee. Modern roasters precisely control temperature and time, with roasting temperatures ranging from 370 degrees Fahrenheit to 540 degrees Fahrenheit. The roasting duration, typically between 8 and 20 minutes, depends on the desired coffee profile. Light roasts, often called blonde roasts, retain more caffeine and have a brighter, lighter flavor. On the other hand, dark roasts have less caffeine, but offer a robust, bold taste, appealing to those who enjoy deeper complexity in their coffee. The beans are kept in constant motion during roasting to ensure evenness and prevent scorching. Once the roasting is complete, the beans are quickly cooled to stop further roasting and preserve their distinctive aroma and flavor. 11. Grinding. After cooling, the roasted beans are ground into coarse powder using industrial grinders. The grinding process is conducted under high pressure to ensure uniformity and preserve the beans' inherent flavors. These grinders are designed to produce coffee powder of the ideal size for the extraction process. Any unwanted particles, such as overly fine or inconsistent grounds, are filtered out to maintain consistency. The coarse powder is then transferred to storage tanks, where it is ready for extraction through steam and pressure. 12. Spray drying. Spray drying is one of the primary methods used to produce instant coffee. During this stage, the coffee extract is pumped into a large drying chamber and sprayed through high-pressure nozzles, turning it into a fine mist of tiny droplets. Simultaneously, hot air at temperatures up to 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit flows through the chamber, instantly evaporating moisture from the droplets. The result is fine, dry coffee particles that collect at the bottom of the chamber, ready for packaging. Spray drying is a quick and efficient process, retaining the natural flavor of the coffee, though it may not preserve its full complexity compared to freeze drying. The resulting coffee granules dissolve easily in hot water, offering a convenient yet flavorful experience. 13. Freeze drying. Freeze drying is a more advanced method designed to preserve the full flavor and aroma of coffee. The coffee extract is first frozen quickly at -58 degrees Fahrenheit, forming blocks of coffee that resemble ice. These frozen blocks are then broken into smaller granules. The granules are transferred to a vacuum chamber, where they undergo sublimation, a process in which the frozen water content transitions directly from solid to vapor without passing through the liquid phase. This ensures that the coffee granules retain their structure and flavor while becoming completely dry. Freeze-dried coffee is characterized by larger porous granules that dissolve easily in hot water, providing a premium coffee experience. 14. Sublimation. Sublimation, the final stage of freeze-drying, ensures the coffee is thoroughly dried. The frozen granules are spread onto large trays and placed in a vacuum chamber where temperatures are precisely controlled at around 140 degrees Fahrenheit. In the low-pressure environment, the remaining moisture sublimates directly into vapor and is removed. This process preserves the coffee's full flavor profile and structural integrity, resulting in dry, stable granules that can be stored at room temperature. These granules are light, porous, and dissolve quickly, delivering a rich and satisfying cup of coffee. 15. Filling jars. Finally, the dried coffee granules are packaged into glass jars, which are sealed airtight to preserve freshness and flavor. Some factories can fill up to 250,000 jars daily. After sealing, the jars are labeled and prepared for distribution. These jars travel worldwide, bringing the convenience and magic of instant coffee to millions of consumers. The journey from coffee cherries to a cup of instant coffee is a story of precision, dedication, and innovation. It reflects the perfect harmony between modern technology, traditional craftsmanship, and the passion of those involved, ensuring that every cup of coffee you enjoy is nothing short of perfection. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button to show your support, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on our exciting upcoming content. Thank you for joining Process Vibes on this enriching journey, and see you in the next video.
Have you ever wondered how tiny cacao beans from tropical rainforests transform into the sweet chocolate bars we all love? This journey is not just a production process, but also a captivating story spanning thousands of years, from the rituals of the Maya to the modern technology of today. Join Process Vibes as we uncover the secrets behind this sweet treat. You'll be amazed at what chocolate has gone through to reach your hands. How it's made. Part 1. The history of chocolate, a captivating journey. Chocolate is not just a sweet treat. It is a symbol deeply intertwined with the history and culture of humanity. Its journey began over 3,000 years ago in Central America, where the Maya cultivated cacao trees and used their beans as an integral part of daily life. The Maya processed cacao beans into chocolate, a bitter beverage with a sacred meaning, used in religious rituals and reserved for the elite. The Aztecs, continuing the Maya tradition, regarded cacao as a symbol of wealth and power. Cacao beans were not only consumed as a nourishing drink, but also served as a form of currency. Just 100 cacao beans could buy a turkey. They believed that cacao was a gift from the god Quetzalcoatl, providing wisdom and strength. Because of this profound cultural significance, cacao was known as the drink of the gods. When Christopher Columbus discovered cacao in the late 15th century, he brought it back to Europe. However, it wasn't until the Spanish conquered the Aztec Empire in the 16th century that chocolate truly made its mark. The Spanish transformed the bitter cacao drink into a sweet and appealing treat by adding sugar, cinnamon, and other spices, quickly making it a favorite among European royalty. A major turning point for chocolate came in the 19th century with the advent of the Industrial Revolution, which enabled mass production. In 1847, the first solid chocolate bar was created by J.S. Fry and Sons, marking the birth of modern chocolate. Later in 1875, Swiss chocolatier Daniel Peter invented milk chocolate by combining chocolate with powdered milk developed by Henri Nestlé, resulting in a softer, sweeter product that appealed to the masses. Today, chocolate is no longer reserved for the elite, but has become a symbol of joy and indulgence, with global production exceeding 3 million tons annually. From small, delicate truffles to rich chocolate bars and intricate desserts, chocolate continues to captivate every social class, becoming a gift of sweetness, creativity, and boundless passion. The journey of cacao beans from Central America to a billion-dollar global industry is not just a tale of craftsmanship and innovation. It is proof of chocolate's enduring allure in human life. After thousands of years tied to ancient civilizations, the humble cacao bean has not only retained its role as a cultural symbol, but has also undergone a remarkable transformation in the industrial age. However, to create the chocolate bar that melts on your tongue or the warm cacao drink you love, the cacao bean must go through a long and meticulous process. From tropical rainforests, where skilled farmers carefully harvest cacao, to the modern production lines of today, every step in the process is an art. Let's dive into this magical journey, where cacao beans are harvested, fermented, and transformed into a sweet gift that conquers every sense. Part 2. The magical journey of chocolate. From cacao trees to sweet chocolate bars. Step 1. Harvesting cacao. The journey begins. Cacao trees are mainly grown in tropical regions near the equator, such as West Africa, South America, and Southeast Asia. Thriving in hot and humid climates, cacao trees are delicate, and their pods, each weighing around 400 to 500 grams and containing 20 to 50 seeds, must be harvested by hand since they don't fall off naturally. Once harvested, the cacao pods are split open with sharp tools to extract the seeds. This marks the first step in the cacao bean's transformation into chocolate. Step 2. Fermentation. The first transformation. The extracted cacao seeds, still coated with a sticky white pulp, are placed into fermentation boxes covered with banana leaves for 3 to 9 days. Fermentation not only removes the pulp, but also triggers chemical reactions that give the beans their natural brown color and initial flavor development. Fermentation is a crucial step in creating chocolate's unique taste, akin to a natural spa session for the cacao beans. Step 3. Drying, completing the fermentation. After fermentation, the cacao beans are sun-dried for 5 to 7 days to reduce their moisture content to below 7%. This step ensures better preservation and enhances the richness of the cacao flavor. In some regions, traditional bamboo trays are used for drying, while industrial facilities may employ mechanical dryers. This step transitions the raw cacao to a state ready for industrial processing. Step 4. Transport and sorting. Preparing for the factory. Once dried, the cacao beans are packed and transported to factories worldwide. At the factories, the beans are meticulously sorted and inspected. Subpar beans are discarded to ensure only the best cacao enters the next stage of processing. Step 5. Roasting. Unlocking the flavor. Cacao beans are roasted at temperatures between 120 degrees Celsius and 160 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes to 2 hours. This step is crucial for flavor development, with temperature and duration tailored to the type of chocolate being produced. Darker chocolate requires longer roasting. Roasting reduces the bean's moisture from 7% to just 1% and activates over 300 chemical compounds, creating the irresistible aroma we associate with chocolate. Step 6. Shell removal and grinding. Refining the ingredient. After roasting, the cacao beans are passed through machinery to remove their hard shells, leaving behind the inner nibs. These nibs are then finely ground under high pressure and heat, transforming into a thick, glossy liquid called chocolate liquor. Step 7. Mixing. Shaping the chocolate's flavor. Chocolate liquor is then separated into 2 main components: cocoa butter, the natural fat used to give chocolate its smooth texture and shine; pressed cake, the solid residue ground into cocoa powder, often used for baking or beverages. To produce different types of chocolate, chocolate liquor is mixed with ingredients such as sugar, milk powder, vanilla, or other flavorings. Step 8. Conching. Achieving perfect smoothness. The chocolate mixture is poured into conching machines, where it is continuously stirred for hours or even days. This process smoothens the chocolate and eliminates any unwanted flavors, creating a balanced, silky texture. Step 9. Tempering. Finalizing the structure. Tempering involves carefully heating and cooling the chocolate to stabilize the cocoa butter crystals. This process gives chocolate its glossy finish, crisp snap when broken, and resistance to melting when handled. Step 10. Molding and packaging, the perfect final product. Tempered chocolate is poured into molds to create bars, truffles, or other shapes. Once cooled and hardened, the chocolate undergoes a final quality check before being wrapped in foil or specialty packaging to preserve its freshness. These beautifully crafted chocolates are then distributed worldwide, spreading joy and indulgence to millions. From cacao trees to the chocolate melting in your mouth, every step in this journey carries craftsmanship, technique, and artistry. This is why chocolate is not just a treat, but a global passion. And so, we've explored the magical journey of chocolate, from cacao pods on trees in tropical rainforests through meticulous and creative processes to the sweet chocolate bars in your hands. It's incredible to think that every piece of chocolate you enjoy carries within it a history of thousands of years and the dedicated efforts of countless hardworking hands. Today, chocolate is not just a treat, but a symbol of joy and indulgence. So what do you love most about chocolate? Is it the sweet flavor, the melt-in-your-mouth sensation, or the inspiring story behind it? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like to support us, subscribe to Process Vibes, and turn on notifications so you won't miss out on our upcoming exciting content. Thank you for joining us on this sweet journey. See you in the next video.